Welcome, 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 collectives. My name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen Channel. I want to welcome you back for another reading, no matter what time of day it is or what day you found this message. This is a collective message, and I am super grateful that you're here. Today's date is Saturday, May 17th of 2025. Definitely, if you are seeing any combination of the numbers associated with today's date in your energy, also 9:35 on the clock as we are starting this reading, AM. Please do look those numbers up in the gematria and angel number meanings associated with today's message, guys. Today's message. I just want to talk with you guys for a minute. Definitely shout out to the subscribers, visitors to the channel. Please do like, share, subscribe. Hit the all button so you get all of the notifications. There are a ton of messages coming through. I'm talking about downloads, remote views, just a lot of information coming through at this time because we are in such a heavy shifting period. So if you don't want to miss any messages that could potentially be important to you, definitely hit that all button so you don't miss a message. Guys, I'm just going to light some Palo Santo and just jump right in because, or some sage, excuse me. And I'm drinking my coffee. So if you guys have coffee, tea, water, herbal drinks, whatever, go ahead and grab those and bring those into the space. We're just going to spend about, 20 minutes together because I have to jump into a few clients, but this can wait. So I saw a video. I'm thinking about like tagging it in the description. But I did see a video last night. Okay, so that would have been Friday night. And it actually was about this man. He's about 36. So, a young man or a younger male. So somebody like I think he was like 36, 35, something like that. Anyways. He was not an older male, okay? He was not quite considered middle age, but he had lived so much life, right? So this guy was somebody who had been put into programs and things like that since he was like a baby. He was handed over to handlers by his own family that were, basically, without having to like tag this video as something, a little more intense, I'll just try to simplify it, that were doing abusive things for the purposes of programming him a certain way. Okay. And, yes, this has to do with like MK Ultra stuff and like, programming that later he went into the military and, started doing certain missions and things where he was actually, unaliving people or, doing ritualistic practices that have to do with BLOOD and stuff like that. I mean, if I do tag this video, if you do watch it, please know that if you are a person that has been through, abuse, trauma, dealt with any kind of circumstances like this might be highly triggering. I mean, there were certain parts of it that were hard for me to watch. Okay. And, I don't necessarily have triggers around that personally, but it was pretty intense because you're looking at a real person talk about real experiences. And, I will also mention that this has kind of a religious tone to it because the guy's channel that it's on is somebody who's like, kind of like really like heavily Christian. So I would, just also put a note out there too, that if you're triggered by Christianity or things like that, you might want to take note of that before you watch it because topics like that are going to come up. But if you do watch it, which I think, if it doesn't put you in a position where it causes you to feel uncomfortable, you should, because the reason why I really thought about this was we have so many videos on YouTube and in social media where readers and energy workers are speaking about energies like this and the stuff that they're doing to others in the populace. And some of it sounds fantastic, surreal, like, oh, you sound like you're quoting from a movie, and they're pulling cards and reading this energy, or they're just reading the energy because they had a download, whatever. And the energetic response from others might be, you know, oh, that sounds a little far-fetched. I am telling you, this is like the second video I have run across in 30 days where Spirit is showing me specific examples of the kind of energy that is coming up in the readings on social media and how it relates to real life situations. And I'm talking about some of the people that were programmed to do these things to others literally started at birth, just about. They were handed over to handlers or people who basically abused them and broke them. And then they rewired them for these purposes. So when we talk about energies that just never stop, sending low vibrational energy, doing low vibrational witchcraft, like doing all of these kinds of things that you would think, well, if they know it's not working, why would they just keep doing it over and over and over again like a robot? That doesn't seem human. That doesn't seem sane. When you hear a story like the one I was listening to last night, you get why it is that could happen. I'll just put it like that. It's so intense. It is so abusive. It is so ritualistic that these energies, these individuals are broken. And then he talks about how after people are broken, they're seeded with certain spirits or entities to reinforce and bind in the work that was done, like spiritual handlers. And this is a man who went through this and found a way out, but he is on the struggle bus and has been, because he is out of pocket, I think is the term he used. Like, he's not doing what he's programmed to do. So he's dealing with a lot of challenges, and he states that there are constantly others that are trying to unalive him due to the fact that he is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. It gave me Jason Bourne. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that series. Like, it's an older series of movies, but if you haven't, look at Bourne Identity. Jason Bourne is the main character there, and he is somebody that was like, you know, dark op type energy that got programmed, you know, to go and unalive people and do all these secret missions that, you know, the GOV, you know, ERNMENT disavowed or just like said never happened. And he didn't even remember some of the stuff he did. And he had people that were trying to unalive him. He didn't even know why. And this man actually talks about stuff like this in the doggone video. Like, this is wild, guys. If you didn't believe that the stuff you were hearing in these messages from the readers was true, just look at a video like this. I might go on ahead and tag it. I don't know. I feel like I need to say something or speak to that, because there are so many energies still that just don't believe that these kinds of things happen. Like, they really don't believe it. They feel like it's a reach, it's fabricated, it's, you know, it's whatever. And it's not. This stuff is really happening, guys. And when you see somebody talk about it, and somebody else might look at the man and say, oh, well, he's just nuts, and the person doing the channel is nuts. Well, I would say to that, there's a lot of people that are afraid to face the world that we actually live in, okay? It's one thing to say something is hard to understand or challenging to grasp because it's so out there and you would have never believed that there was people out here that would do stuff like that. That's one thing, right? That's that's an honest admission that something is hard for you to swallow because it is scary and difficult. But when people just, deny something could even be a possibility or that something's real simply because they've never experienced it and they brush it off as a non-reality, that tells me there's some fear in there, right? There's something in there that is too scary to face. And so they would rather pretend like it doesn't exist because they can't deal with it. So there's definitely a difference there, guys. So I just wanted to share that with you this morning. I do have, let me see how much time I've got. I've got 15. So I do have a message today. There was something here in the energy about someone saying, they don't know too much about different kinds of topics, or they don't know too much about different things or different topics, and something being canceled and something being stopped or canceled, and then somebody stating that they don't know too much about different topics. And in the download, I could see like an energy, I want to say a feminine energy, being asked a bunch of questions that they couldn't really answer or didn't care to or weren't even really concerned about. Like it was something they weren't even really that concerned about. And somebody was just asking them a bunch of questions. It almost gave the energy of somebody trying to like test their skills or something like that. I don't know if somebody out here in the collectives has energies around them that don't believe that they are who they are, or they have the gifts they have and are constantly trying to like test their skills or something. It's something like that. It was something, and I could tell the energy, they weren't irritated, but they were just kind of like, okay, I don't really know about all those sorts of things. Just because I said I'm an expert in this area doesn't mean I'm an expert in all of these areas. That was kind of the vibe I got. So let me pull a couple story cubes here, guys, and just drop them on the table. Yeah, 3. I'll just drop those. Something here about a dream with a theme. Impressionism. Okay. So we have dream. We have theme. And we have impressionism. That was in reverse. So somebody is not able to, like impressionists, have their own impression of something. If I'm understanding that correctly in the way it's coming out in the energy. Like it's not a mimicking of something, but their own way that they see it. It's in reverse. Somebody doesn't have their own way of seeing something. Somebody has a dream with a theme and they don't have their own way of seeing it. Maybe it has something to do with this energy that was asking questions of the feminine energy in the download. Maybe somebody has like a strong gift or theme or way of doing things and somebody else doesn't understand it. And this dream with a theme is something that they are not mimicking or copying from someone else. It's original to them. It's their dream. It's their theme. This energy asking questions may not understand that. Okay, Spirit, just help us to clear the energy here so we can see what we need to understand from this message, please. Let's have 4 cards so we can understand what we need to hear about this message. Okay, guys. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I don't have my mic on today. So we have the moon in the upright. Something's being revealed. We have water sign or Pisces on the table. Take the energy as it resonates. If the message is resonating, don't worry about the sign. We have hanged man on the table. Okay. In the upright. Something about somebody's like stuck on something. There's something's at a standstill. Thank you, Spirit. We have the 4 of Pentacles on the table in the reverse. Somebody's stuck on something because they're like hoarding something. They're being greedy about something or stingy about something. This is interesting. I may have to like start this and pause it and come back, guys, because this is a little different than what I was thinking. And then we have, thank you, Spirit, our fourth card. We have 9 of Swords. Somebody is in some sort of state of worry, depression, anxiety about whatever this is. Somebody's stuck. Something, it's like, oh, something's being revealed. Whatever's being revealed is like, it stopped them in their tracks. It's pausing them. It has something to do with some sort of greediness, possessiveness, something stingy, something they found out about an energy like this. Or this energy is in an energy or state of greediness, possessiveness, stinginess. But somebody's in a state of anxiety, worry, fear, nightmares, depression about whatever this is. We're going to have to go deeper. How much time do I have? Okay. All right. We're going to go on ahead and stick with it because there's more to this message than meets the eye. This goes deeper than what I was thinking. Let's get the roll here and then we'll go into Sacred Soul messages. So, Spirit, tell us a little bit more about, like, what is happening here. What is the role of the feminine energy that was being asked the questions? What is the role of the feminine energy that's being asked the questions? Let's see what pops out here. Oh, look at this. Victim, slave, champion. Now that's interesting. Somebody came out of a victim state. Somebody was being viewed like a victim and this was keeping them enslaved. This is interesting. This one talks about being a sufferer, a target, a prey, afflicted and vulnerable. Somebody was being viewed as afflicted and vulnerable. Somebody was being oppressed. Okay? Somebody was like in chains. They weren't able to move freely for some reason. Maybe the way they were being treated. Somebody was treating them like a victim or like they were an easy mark. But they're going to be a champion. They're going to be a winner, a victor, or they already are. And they're going to set an example about something. This is what's coming to light. Look at this. Already we're getting the theme here. Look at this. This is the illusion. This is what's coming to light. Somebody, it is going to be seen that somebody is a champion or a victor here. Okay? The victim energy is leaving. Or the belief that somebody's a victim or a slave is leaving, because this is the illusion. This is the illusion. This is the reality. And they're getting ready to see this. That's very interesting. Somebody is in a state of anxiety, worry, fear, depression about this. You know, Four of Pentacles can also be something about self-protection. Somebody could have been in like a really guarded or protected state here. We might be reading about the feminine energy. Can you tell us, Spirit, about the role of the energy that was asking questions of the feminine energy? Who is this asking questions of the feminine energy? I still pick up this has to do with this other energy that was on the scene asking questions, trying to like, yeah, this is somebody, okay, we have quester and substitute. This is somebody who is a copycat energy. No, I didn't see these two cards come out together. Okay, somebody's on a quest to substitute or replace something. Look at this. Impersonator, scapegoat. Replacement. I can't make it up. Somebody's on a quest to substitute somebody. They can't. Their dream has a theme and they're not impersonating it. That's what's going on here. Somebody is asking someone a lot of questions so they can copy them. Like somebody is being, I don't know if this is happening in the astral, or maybe you have people around you who are asking questions of you, trying to understand how you think, why you do what you do, because they want to copy it. They're the impressionistic person. They're the person that wants to parallel you or use your ideas or your energy. But, you know, clearly this other energy is trying to also assert that this feminine energy is not a expert at what it is they're an expert at. So the feminine energy isn't saying I'm an expert at all things. You ever had a person who's kind of like a hater energy because they couldn't deal with the fact that you were so confident in the areas that you're confident in? And they basically say, you know, when you say, oh, yeah, I know about this, that, and the other in the areas that you're confident in, and then they start asking you questions or taking the discussion in a completely different direction on a topic that they're an expert in so they can make you look stupid. Because you don't know about that topic. You didn't state that you did, but for some reason, they want to take you in a direction that helps them to feel more powerful. That is very, very interesting. So, wow. I just got a message on my phone about somebody saying it's best I don't keep you waiting. So somebody might have been feeling like they had to wait on this person to give them information so that way they could try to mimic or copy the energy that they're in. That's interesting, the timing of that message. Let's pull a little something from Sacred Soul Messages here, guys, because this is wild. This person is trying, not only are they mimicking, copying, and trying to replace or impersonate someone's energy, a feminine's energy, and that could be someone who identifies as a male or female, somebody who operates primarily out of their feminine energy, or a lot of their gifts and abilities really stem from that feminine energy. So they not only wanted to copy or impersonate whomever message this is, their energy, but they also want to make you feel small or little about what you don't know about. So it's like a dual mission here. They're not able to do it. This person's going to be a champion. So this energy is like depressed and anxious because they're not able to replace this energy. This is the energy they're trying to step into. They're not a champion in this area. They can't be you, collectives. They're actually like depressed about it. Look at this. Be with those who help your being. Like attracts likes. Choose friends carefully. Somebody's got a friend that is not a friend, guys. You have somebody close to you. If this message resonates for you and you have an energy around you constantly asking you questions, and then they look kind of like annoyed that you're so confident, or they're just asking you a lot of questions all the time. Yeah, because of your gifts. They're asking questions about your gifts or the way you see things associated with your gifts, like asking you questions constantly about, well, what's your viewpoint of this? Or, you know, how would you talk about this with someone else, whatever. And they're trying to extract information all the time. And then right after they do that, or around the time period they do that, they start talking about things or asking you questions about things that they know you don't know about. And then kind of like, it feels like they're trying to make you feel stupid because you don't know answers to those questions and you never said that you were an expert at that. It's like they're trying to extract information and also put you down at the same time because of your gifts. This one says, look inside yourself. All you want, you already are. Abundance, resources, your wish is granted. Yeah, they can see that you're a champion and you're on path to receive a lot here, collectives, due to who you are, but also the work that you've put in. This energy is lazy. Anybody that wants to replace somebody and, you know, like become them and just extract information and do it is a lazy energy. That's why they don't have results. And instead of doing the work, they want to mimic. See how the two dolphins are swimming together? They want to swim right in your energy field and gain, you know, results, rewards off of that. It's wild. And they're actually in a state of, you know, worry, fear, and depression that you're about to have this victory. Okay? You're going to be setting an example and you're going to have this victory, and you're not the victim or the slave they thought you were. I don't know if this is a friend you felt very withholding to. Okay? Other messages for the collectives, please. Other messages for the collective. This one wanted to pop. Laugh as much as you breathe. Love as long as you live. Have fun. Enjoy life. Nurture relationships. Yeah. You're supposed to have relationships that bring you joy. Okay. Relationships that are fulfilling. And that's what's coming. So this has to do with your gifts. You're going to have soul tribe and individuals around you that are going to be supportive. Somebody here may need to release a so-called friend. And I say so-called because this energy is plotting behind your back to try to replace you guys. I don't know why. I haven't asked. Whomever resonates with this message will understand what I'm talking about. You have somebody that's like a copycat energy around you, and you're going to know. You've already suspected this. So this message will serve as a confirmation. We have these pains you feel are messengers. Listen to them. Wow. I cannot make it up. Somebody, this came out in reverse though. This was like this when it came out. Somebody is not listening to their inner voice about this friend. This is not a friend. You're being encouraged to listen to those inner messages and learn from them. It says getting signs, learning messages from spirit. Your guides are screaming at you about this person. Like you need to walk away. And then we have anything you lose comes around in another form. Opportunity, choices, transformation. So for you, this is definitely in the upright. For this person that's been doing this to you, it is not. They know when they lose you, it's a rap-a-dap. They're not going to find a friend like you. And especially because whomever I'm picking up on is somebody who's very unique in association with their gifts. So they understand that once you leave the scene, they're going to have to just figure life out on their own. There's not going to be any energies to copy or worth copying that could give them the results that copying your energy would. But they really can't do it anyways. It's not something they can do. You are the chosen one, the champion, the victor associated with this energy. So that's not something you copy. That's very surface. It's something that you either are or are not. And how does one get there? Well, yeah, definitely it has to do with karma, but it also has to do with hard work. See, we can see the athlete here, you know, being very skilled and very trained at what they're doing. If somebody is a champion in sports, there's somebody that puts in a lot of hard work. They're not a person that's lazy. This energy is lazy. They don't want to do the work. They want to trail you underneath your energy and then benefit off of it. So that's the message today, guys. You know, be careful. If you have energies around you that you're feeling some kind of way about and your spirit team has been telling you, or you're getting intuitive nudges, however you look at that, be sure to really check in with yourself there, because somebody has somebody around them that is not really a friend. So I'm going to wrap the message there because I do have to get moving. But guys, sending so much supportive energy to whomever resonates with today's message. And, you know, I think I'm going to go ahead and put the name of that video in the link so you can take a look at it, because, I mean, in the description box, put the link in the description box, because there are energies out here. Like this energy here is just like a weak energy that just copies people. This isn't anything like what I was talking about at the start of the video, but there are energies out here that have literally been, you know, trained since birth to do certain things on a spiritual level towards others or physically towards others that is toxic, damaging, dangerous. There are energies like that. And we're going to see more videos of these types of individuals coming out and speaking about what it is they've been doing and why they left and how challenging it's been. So when you hear readers talking about how these energies are tore up, things aren't going well for them, like karma is really whipping them in the face, it's true. When you see this video, this guy, the stuff that he's gone through, you know, it's sad, actually. It's really sad. Even though clearly he's done a lot of stuff and he's dealing with the karma of it, he didn't choose to have the things happen to him that got him programmed. He was a child. He couldn't make that choice. He couldn't protect himself. And so he was put into a world that he didn't want to be in, but ended up in. You just got to watch the video for yourself. But as far as this goes, guys, if you know, you know. If this is your friend, associate, companion, buddy, workmate, whatever, somebody is asking you a lot of questions because they want to mimic or copy you. And they're actually mad that you're getting ready to have some kind of win. So if something really big happens for you and you see this person is dry or not very happy for you, or they cut you off, you'll know why. This was not a person that was happy that you were the person that you are in the first place. They were cloaking. So guys, love and light to you. Love you guys. Have a most excellent Saturday or whatever day you found this video. This is a timeless reading. And I will definitely get back with you again this weekend for another reading or two. But definitely stay tuned for more messages associated with energies that you are dealing with. Guys, my name is Ora-gen. This is the Ora-gen Channel. And I look forward to being with you in the next reading. Love and light, guys.